Taurus, my lovely bulls, how are you guys? Welcome on in for those of you who are new. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box down below, including how to book your own personal reading with me. I offer one-on-one live Zoom readings, okay? They're not pre-recorded and then sent to you. So, without further ado, let's get into your reading. It is my intention for those of you who are single and maybe you feel like love isn't coming in for you, or you're not ever going to meet somebody. Maybe you get on online dating and it's just been a nightmare. Okay, whatever the case may be, we're going to look into what is blocking love. And I am going to be using the Healing Energy Oracle deck. So, let's get to it, my lovely, lovely Taurus people. What does Spirit want you to know? What is the energy? So, know you do have love and support all around you. You have a heavenly support team at this time. Okay. Your soul will find those you are meant to experience life with. So if you're hanging on to someone from your past, it's time to really let that go, because that's what's blocking love from coming in. Okay. The other message I'm getting here is that Spirit is saying, don't spend so much time worrying about if love is going to enter your life. Trust that Spirit has your back, and the person that's meant to come across your path will show up at the right time. Okay. Woo, go within. Okay, so some of you, okay, I know you guys aren't going to want to hear this, but some of you have a deep rooted younger years wound. Okay, that's what the root chakra is. Okay, it's from infancy to 5 years old. Okay, or 5 to 7 years old. So it's something that happened to you at a very, very young age that Spirit is wanting you to go within and heal. And as soon as you heal that, that's when things will start to shift and change and open up for you. Okay? Life lessons again. Okay? So this means, yes, this means that your block is a pattern, a repeated pattern that you've either A, haven't completely healed from, or B, in order to figure out why you're picking partners, or why are you being aligned with partners, not picking, okay, why are you being aligned with partners that don't work out? It's because you're repeating a pattern that you don't even realize, because it's on the unconscious level from a wound that was created when you were very, very young. Like I said, infancy to 5 years old. Okay. And you're unaware. And the only way to make yourself aware is by deepening your connection to Spirit. How do you do that? Through meditation. Meditation is the strongest tool. Now, I'm not poo-pooing prayer work, okay? Because I pray too. But meditation is where my deep, deep connection comes from with God. Spirit, the universe, call it whatever you will. Creator, they're all the same to me, okay? They're just different tools. But I have found for myself, the most powerful tool is through meditation, shamanic drumming. I have a lot of tools that I use, but I have two main ones because they are the deepest for me. So if you have not started a meditative practice, start trying one. If you have a hard time meditating, YouTube search Dr. Wayne Dyer, Getting in the Gap, and listen to that. Okay, that helped me when I very first started meditating back in 2004. Okay, And I think someone, because I wasn't diligent with my meditative practice at that point, because I'm an Aquarius and I'm very much in my head. I have a lot of thoughts floating in my brain of mine, and I had a very hard time quieting the mind. Okay. And it was through a friend who recommended Dr. Wayne Dyer Getting in the Gap that really helped me deepen my meditation practice. And it really taught me how to meditate on a whole different level. Okay. So that's for somebody out there. All righty. Whew. All right, Taurus, let's get into this. I am using the Good Tarot deck. That's the one Spirit wants me to change into today, so that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Clear messages, please, for my Taurus people. Clear messages for my Taurus people. Clear messages. Clear messages. And do just like that before you meditate. See how I just... and everything just got calm and peaceful. Okay? So what is the message for my lovely, lovely Taurus people? What was the message? What is the message for my lovely, lovely Taurus people around this wound? Another life lesson coming around, repeating cycles. What do they need to know, Spirit? What do they need to know? So you have the 10 of Earth, which is really good right out the gate. So simply what your block is, something you're holding on to. Because the Four of Pentacles right under Go Within is that you're holding on to something that maybe unconsciously you're not even aware that you're holding on to this pattern. Because you have a bountiful life. With the 10 of Pentacles right under, your soul will find those you are meant to experience life with. You do have a bountiful, solid soul family connections. So what are you holding on to? And I feel like for some of you, you don't even realize what that is. And the only way you're going to find out what that is by going within and getting to the root of the problem. Because it is something that, it's a pattern that keeps coming around and around and around. Life lessons, again, is repeated patterns. Okay? Lessons that you're not learning. Because why? You're holding on. And again, you may unconsciously not even realize that you're doing this. Okay? Because going into the root of the problem is, more times than not, is the things that are on the unconscious level that we're not even aware of that happened to us in such a young age, right? And you're older now. So you may not even realize how deeply rooted that wound is. And it needs to be dealt with. It needs to be faced. What else do you have from my Taurus people? Two of Earth. See, you're like, you're wanting to let go. You're definitely wanting to let go, but you're on the fence about it. Maybe what you're questioning is you're not sure if what you're connecting with in your meditation is that the wound. will just work through it as if it was. You will know because you will become emotional. You will feel the pain from that wound. And it's through that pain, allowing yourself to feel that pain, that the healing comes from. And then the aha moment, that's the pattern. That's the lesson. That's the pattern that keeps coming around and around. Oh my God, why didn't I see that before? Well, because you didn't do the healing work around it before. So don't beat yourself up about it. The important thing is now you know, and now you can have a choice. Now you have a solid choice. Do I end this pattern? Rip it out at the roots? Or do I continue? 9 times out of 10, guys, we decide to rip it out at the roots. Okay, because why would we want to repeat yet another pattern? The same pattern over and over and over again. It's because we refuse to look at it in the previous times it was presented to us. That's why we keep repeating the pattern until we learn the lesson. You will spiritually grow from this. Okay? You will spiritually grow from this. Big time. Okay? Big time. Part of this lessons being repeated, I'm going to give you a little hint here. Spirit's giving you a little hint here. It's the lies that someone told you at a very young age. So what happens? We tell lies to ourselves. We pretend something's good when it really isn't. We wear rose-colored glasses when we shouldn't. We refuse to see. By refusing to see is telling yourself a lie. So who in your very young age lived a life of lies? Lived a life of facade, maybe. It's a pattern. It's a pattern that we learn from our childhood experiences, our parents' behavior. Okay, so you're either gaslighting yourself or there's somebody here gaslighting yourself. And this healing, these lies, this healing is going to come evident to you in the next 7 days. 7 of air. Air is hours and days for me. And I'm getting strong 7 of air. And this repeated pattern that you keep going over and over again has been going on for at least the last 10 years in your life, Taurus. 10 of Pentacles. Pentacles are months or years. Definitely 10 years. For repeated patterns, yeah, that's a long time. It's not 10 months of repeating the same pattern. Okay, it's usually 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, okay, depending on your age now, because the root chakra is infancy to 5 or 7 years old. I'll have to look that up, okay? But each chakra has a year era in our life, okay? So, and yeah, it goes really deep. And maybe at one point I'll start getting into that. But for right now, this is what you need to know. Lot of messages. Messenger of fire, which is igniting you, okay? And then it's like you get the message. The message of Earth is grounded. You get the message, but yet you repeat it again. So, what I'm going to say to you, if there is a person in your life that keeps triggering you, look at that trigger, because it's often a behavior within yourself that's being mirrored back at you that you don't like about yourself. And then you follow the breadcrumbs to that pattern, right? So, in other words, I had a situation about 2 years ago that really triggered me. And I came home and I sat with it and I was like, wow, why did that? I mean, it didn't get a reaction from me towards the person. It was an inner trigger, and I've been doing the healing work now, going to be 20 years tomorrow. And no, 20, yeah, 20 years tomorrow. I started my healing path in 2004. So I know now, like when something triggers me, not to react, but to take the time out when I get home to reflect and ask, okay, why did that trigger me in the manner that it did? And it was a behavior of my mother's that was in me that I didn't like, that my mother had. And then once I acknowledged that, right, I was like, okay, I understand. Then I was able to work with it and change it. Okay? You are very intuitive. You know this is something you have to work on. You know it. So why are you evading it? Temptation. The thing about the temptation card in this deck is I get several things. One, she's so exhausted, she's sitting on this apple, right? Each time you repeat this pattern, you're giving up another piece of your heart. So it's like, take another piece of my heart out, baby. Okay? And it could be connected to finances. So, is a pattern of yours to worry more about somebody's finances? And it's a codependency because you feel you need someone else's money in order to feel valued, or in order to, there's a difference between needing somebody, okay, and wanting somebody. And if you're in the needing somebody, then you have a deep rooted wound going on within you. Because spirit wants us to get to the place of where we're self dependent on ourselves. Because it's when we're there that we can open up to allow, because we want, we don't need, we desire, we don't need. Okay? And I feel like each time you repeat this pattern, it's like another piece of your heart is taken away. And every time a piece of your heart is taken away, what happens? We put another wall up. Because the first piece, we put maybe a bamboo wall up. Not really a big one. Didn't really give up on love. But then guess what? We repeat the pattern again. Another piece of our heart's taken out. So now we may have a 2x4 wall. It's kind of like the way I resonate with it, given my age. This is gonna date me back now. For those of you who are in my era, born in the 60s, you'll remember the Get Smart show, right? He was like a CIA agent or something. He was a secret agent. That's what he was. He was a secret agent. And he would walk into this building, right? This office building. He would get in an elevator. The elevator would go down to a secret floor on the way, way bottom, right? And he would come out of that elevator door and walk down this corridor to get to a secret room that held his assignment on a cassette tape, right? But as he walked down the corridor, right, different walls would come down behind him. And like first it would start out with, I'm just saying, like a 2x4 wall. Then it was a brick wall. Then it was a cinder block wall. Then it was a steel wall. You get the picture? Each one stronger than the other, harder to penetrate than the other. And that's what's happened with each piece of your heart that's been taken out. Another wall has come down. And you're telling yourself a lie. You're telling yourself a lie. And Spirit's trying to reveal that to you, but the only way it's going to be revealed to you is by you connecting to your higher self. Okay? But you are going to receive the message if you stay diligent. And for those of you who haven't started a meditative practice, you will be starting one within the next 7 days, because 2024 is a year of major changes, guys, all over the world. Okay, not just within ourselves, in our outer world as well. Okay, and Spirit wants you to get prepared now. Okay, so what is the advice for my Taurus people? Have patience with the process. And this does have to do, I'm going to tell you right now, if you clicked on this saying you're single, you may feel in your mind you're single, but in your heart, you're not single. With the Hierophant here and the Three of Cups, okay, it's the marriage couple. It's a contract. This is also about having patience with your soul's contract, because it's going to unfold for you differently than it does for everyone else. It all depends where you are on your healing path and how experienced you are with that healing path. Okay? So have patience with yourself. Have patience with the process. Okay? And it's funny because in every other deck, I have the Three of Cups shows 3 people, and it usually means reunion. It means coming back together again. But I feel like before you can get into another commitment, okay, you have to really get in touch with your feelings, open up about them, it's the love of self, committing to the love of yourself and your own healing, that will bring in a spiritual connection for you that is of the highest good and is for your highest good or better. So that's your block, guys, from love. The sooner you start working on it, the sooner love will appear in your life. If this resonated for you guys, please give it the thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Subscribe. Click on the bell. If you need a coach, okay, because I am a healing coach, I'm more than willing to help you. I can hold sacred space for you. I can guide you, but I can't find the answers for you. You have to come to those realizations. I can see them through working together, and I can guide you by like saying certain things that get you to think, so that you have that aha moment. You connect the thread, the energetic thread, so that the deep healing can begin. But you have to do the work. You have to be willing to do the work. Okay? So there you have it, guys. From my heart to yours, I wish you nothing but love, light, and blessings. And if this resonated for you, please give it the big thumbs up. Leave me a comment, share, subscribe, click on the bell. What have you got to lose? Until next time, guys, take care. Bye-bye.